Five Up Top.
I know you're a big fan of that Cannibal Corpse.
Love the Cannibal Corpse.
And Huey Lewis and the Cannibal Corpse.
And the Cannibal Corpse, the Dave Matthews Nails, big fan.
The Dave Matthews coffin.
Coffin
breathers.
Exactly. Dave Metallica. That's my favorite group.
You like Metallica?
No, I do like Metallica a lot, actually. But yeah, no, I don't like death metal. It's not been my thing.
This is black metal.
Or black metal.
There's a difference.
Okay, is death metal or black metal the one that just gives you?
Both of them do that.
Okay,
to certain extents. Black metal though is more theatrical in that the live shows like they have like white and black face paint on. There's usually like kind of like gory imagery sometimes.
Sort of like a Slipknot type thing.
Yeah, and death metal is like the instrumentals are very, very precise. And black metal, there's like a lot of feedback and a lot of kind of like strumming chords with a lot of distortion.
Well, feedback.
There's also like intentional like low quality recordings.
Well, sure.
Black metal, I don't know why.
Well, that's an artistic approach.
Yeah, they're kind of like the hipsters, I guess.
They are. That's an artistic approach, Pork. They have to do it that way. That makes sense.
Yeah.
That my lip just touched the microphone.
There's actually so I guess the most infamous wave of black metal was the second wave of black metal in the early 90s. That's when you had like murders and like church arsons in Norway and stuff like that. There's actually a movie about it. Macaulay Culkin's younger brother is in it. Lords of Chaos.
I'm gonna throw up.
I never saw it, but
I need to see that. Oh, you mean Kieran Culkin?
Yeah, I think so.
That man just stepped into the spotlight and just didn't stop.
That's the only film I know that he's done, though.
Well, he's been in a few films. Well, he rode his brother's coattails for a while. He was in a lot of his brother's films. He was in the Home Alone movies.
He was?
He played Fuller, the little boy with the big glasses that they were like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's supposed to be his cousin in the movie.
Okay.
That's his brother. That was Kieran Culkin. That was his brother in real life.
Does he like get trapped behind like
the chair?
Yeah.
And everybody's like,
you hurt the baby.
You don't want to share a bedroom with him because he pees the bed. That was always the running joke.
That was Kieran Culkin?
Yeah, that was the running joke about him. That was Kieran. And now he was on that show, very popular show on HBO called Succession. Have you heard of that show?
I've heard of it. I've never seen it.
He's one of the main stars of that. He was one of the main stars of that show, and it made him very popular. So
Good for you, Kieran Culkin.
He came out of the woodwork, and then Macaulay has really come out of the woodwork because he's been doing a lot with Red Letter Media. He does a lot of like the tour of like internet shows. He's been on a lot of internet shows, and he has his own internet stuff that he does, and so he's really, and he got a Hollywood Walk of Fame star recently.
He deserved it.
Yeah, he did. Those two movies alone.
Yeah.
Those two first Halloween.
Is that all he
movies.
did, really?
Well, he did those. No, he did Stand By. Was it not Stand By Me?
No, he wasn't in Stand By Me.
Not Stand By Me. I always get that mixed
Phoenix.
up. Yeah, with the. No, he did the one where he gets killed by bees. What's that movie? My Girl.
I don't know. I never saw
My Girl. I think he did a few movies in the early '90s. A lot of like memorable ones. I can't remember the names. Ironically, then he was in the movie where he's like a psychotic child and he tries to like. He's like the stepbrother of Elijah Wood's character, and he tries to get him.
I have a vague idea.
Horrible thing. He does horrible things and tries to get him to do horrible things, and he's in that. And then he was in Richie Rich, which is a favorite of mine.
Okay, yeah, I remember. I've seen bits and pieces.
One of his first movies was before Home Alone, and that was Uncle Buck.
Never saw Uncle Buck.
John Candy and Dan Aykroyd, also done by John Hughes, and I think Chris Columbus directed that too. And I think that's where like that whole little team got together. Just started doing Home Alone. I could be wrong about Chris.
Well, his little brother played like I don't know who he played. Hopefully it wasn't the one I'm thinking of. But
I don't, in that movie you're talking about?
Yeah. Like it's based on true events in Norway. And there's one particular guy in there who was like he murdered somebody.
Jeez.
He was not convicted, but he was accused, but he was like suspected of church arson.
Oh God!
And now he lives in France, and he just kind of spends his days being a neo-Nazi.
Jeez.
Yeah. So
he's still alive and well and acting like that.
Yeah.
Acting a fool.
He's a jerk. He's a jerk face.
He's boo.
Yeah, thumbs down.
Thumbs down.
Unsubscribe.
I give him a thumbs down.
Like we will never play Mayhem.
He was a poopy face.
We will never play Mayhem.
Never play Mayhem.
This. Yeah,
he's a poopy face.
Mostly because it's not any good, but also because
A,
of that man.
It sucks, and B, he sucks. So it works out.
It's black metal. It's an acquired taste. I'm sure people. I don't particularly care for black metal.
Yeah, no. If you like black metal, in all seriousness, that's your thing. go for it. But yeah, it's not.
But,
now, wait a minute.
But not Mayhem. Not his politics.
Not Mayhem.
Or him as a person.
Now, wait a minute. Going back to that article, what about alternative music? 'Cause I'm an alternative. What does that say about people like me?
They kind of classified that as like indie. That's the closest thing I can see is they said tend to be intellectual, creative, introverted, but also lazy.
Yes! There it is! Yes! I'm creative. I do the thing, but I procrastinate like a mother.
Let's see. Country music is like you just tend to be more conventional, hardworking, and
Blue collar.
yeah,
you blue collars.
And I can't really remember. Let's see. Rap music you tend to be more confident, more extroverted, and
partier, outgoer for sure.
Yeah, and I think that had a lot of overlap with like pop music.
That makes sense.
But that's all I can remember offhand.
And all that poor baby wanted was a free drink.
He just wanted his free drink. That poor man. That poor baby.
Bless his heart.